Jean-Michel Basquiat is the kind of artist that gives one a sense of expansive possibility. His paintings are flowing tapestries of figures and charged symbols, cultural references and esoteric allusions, like he was trying to take on the whole world. His paintings are steeped in disaffection, and yet the sheer exuberance of them triumphs over discontent. Basquiat did what all great artists have done. He made something brand new, and he made it look easy. His individual mark is as clear as day. His paintings are as recognizably Basquiat's as Van Gogh's are Van Gogh's. He burned hot and fast, creating a lifetime's work in less than a decade, taking on politics, pop culture, racism, and art history itself. But few in the 1980s could have predicted just how far a star would rise. In 2017, 29 years after his death, Basquiat became the highest-priced American artist at auction when one of his paintings from 1982 sold for $110 million, putting him in the same territory as Pablo Picasso and Renaissance masters. These prices cannot simply be chalked up to art market excesses or the taste of billionaires. Basquiat has become a cultural icon. Yes, because he painted barefoot in Armani suits and stuffed thousands of dollars in his sofa cushions. Because he was charismatic and aloof. Because he was a black star in a white art world. Because he died young and beautiful. For all these reasons, Basquiat ascended to mythical status in pop culture. But more than anything else, Basquiat is famous because people love looking at his paintings. They're both accessible and enigmatic, cynical and sincere, playful and pointed. His paintings are often expressions of the racism he experienced personally, but they're also explorations of racial identity, the legacy of racism in America, and the nature of black celebrity, something he understood implicitly. Hollywood Africans was made when Basquiat and his two friends, Toxic and Ramel Z, were in Los Angeles. The top line reads Hollywood Africans 1940, the year Hattie McDaniel became the first African-American Oscar winner for Gone with the Wind. McDaniel, who played a slave in Gone with the Wind, and whose parents were former slaves, was not allowed to attend the premiere in Atlanta because it was held at a whites-only theater. Basquiat places himself and his two friends in a kind of dialogue with the narrow portrayal of African Americans in Hollywood. The writer Greg Tate compared Basquiat to a bicultural refugee, spinning betwixt and between worlds. Basquiat had a special affinity for jazz musicians, who were early black celebrities in America, and especially for Charlie Parker, a virtuosic saxophone player, who, like Basquiat, struggled with drugs and died too young.
I think there's a lot of people that are neglected in art. I don't know because if it's who made the paintings or what, but I don't know. I know black people are never really portrayed realistically, and not even portrayed in modern art enough.
While black artists like Jacob Lawrence and Kerry James Marshall and many others had garnered prominent critical success within the art establishment, Basquiat was unique in the sheer level of fame he achieved. This was something new. A star black artist making images of the black experience and class struggle that reached a huge audience, from impressionable students to celebrities and wealthy elites. Yet even with fame and money, Basquiat dealt with pervasive racism. His friend Fab Five Freddy said that being black, he was always an outsider. Even after flying on the Concorde, he wouldn't be able to get a cab. Something typically not experienced by rich and famous artists. And Basquiat was painfully aware of the disconnect between the act of painting and dollars in the art market, aware of his novelty in the art world, notoriously wearing African chieftain outfits to the parties of rich art collectors. This alienation is found throughout his work,